Okay, so an earth element practice is generally the time between the seasons. So it could be each time between the seasons change, but it's also the time that we call like the autumnal equinox, or we used to call it Indian summer. It's that time of year where it's kind of in between summer and fall. And the earth element is comprised of two organs and meridians, and that is the stomach and the spleen. So our stomach and spleen are the organs and meridians associated with the earth element and with the in-between summer and fall time. Some key words about the earth element are overthinking and worry. So if you're a worrier, if you're an overthinker, it's usually a sign your earth element is out of balance. And I think most of us are like that. We tend to overthink or worry a lot. So that's ruled by the stomach and spleen. We have two acupoints that we'll definitely touch on in this class, stomach 36 and spleen 6. Both of those points are great for moving chi in general, and also for tonifying chi in the stomach and spleen. So if you have feelings of bloating, gas, sluggishness after you eat, feeling tired, feeling heavy in your body, these points can be very helpful for the earth element. There is also a hand gesture or mudra associated with the earth element in TCM, and it's called Power of the Immeasurable Gods. We have done that one before. I know it's an odd name, but it just kind of looks like one hand under the other in front of the chest, and we'll work with that mudra as well. The Qigong movements that we'll practice in the class, they help to create stability, centering, trust, and security. So those are all the positive or the aspects that we're looking for to keep the earth element in balance. The names of the Qigong movements that we'll be doing are raise hands to condition stomach and spleen. I know they're weird names. Wise owl turns its head to eliminate fatigue. And looking at the moon. Looking at the moon, I think most of you know, we have done the other ones in some of our previous classes, but they might not be as memorable. So we will work with those Qigong movements in class. Now, in terms of yoga practice, the yoga poses, because the stomach and spleen meridians are on the legs, the spleen on the inside, the stomach on the top of the quads and kind of the outside of the legs. The poses that are associated with those meridians are the chair pose, warrior two, our tree pose, and the yogi squat or water buffalo, the Qigong version of the squat. Even child's pose. Child's pose can be a water element pose because it stretches the low back, but it also stretches those quad muscles. So that's another pose. These aren't the only poses, but there'll be some of the ones that we're going to do. So we want to think about, are we overthinking and worrying, and how we can bring that sense of grounding, stability, security as we practice. Okay. So for the earth element practice, we are going to begin in a seated position. So coming back onto a chair, or if you're sitting on the floor, you probably want to sit up on a cushion or a blanket just under your hips to take away all that pressure of having to have a straight spine. We're going to start with a nice breath. I didn't mention this earlier. It's called Shi, Shi, Hu. Shi means inhale, and Hu means exhale. So Shi, Shi, we're going to inhale twice. Hu, we're going to exhale once. And if you want to, you can also make a hand movement with that. So find a nice straight spine, roll your shoulders back, Maybe take a nice deep breath in, deep breath out. Just feeling nice and relaxed. Bringing yourself into your yoga space, kind of forgetting about everything I talked about. And just letting yourself be free of thinking, free of worry. Maybe really feeling connected to the earth, whether you're sitting on a chair or on the floor. Feeling nice and connected to the ground. That earth energy, that stability, that security. Taking a few more breaths. And then we're going to start the Shi Hu breath, or the 2 inhales, 1 exhale. So with your hands, you can start to take your breath in. Little pause, take another breath in. Turn the palms down and exhale slowly. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. So very similar to our 3-part breath, except this is like a 2-part breath. Shi Hu. And this breath, when it's done slowly, it's very nurturing, it's very energizing. It's like we're really filling ourselves up with our breath and the chi of our breath. Inhaling, inhaling, and a nice long exhale. So just working with your own breath. You can do the hand movements or you don't have to. Just kind of creates a nice rhythm. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Couple more Shi Hu breaths here. Last one. And release your hands, give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. Exhale, let's bring our chin to our chest, and inhale, let's bring our chin over the right shoulder. Exhale it back to the chest, and inhale it over the left shoulder. And just making those nice half circle movements. Noticing how your neck feels this morning, or whatever time you're practicing. Feeling a nice stretch in the neck. Maybe even down between the shoulder blades. Next time your chin comes to the center, let's bring it back up to neutral. And then let's just take one ear over to the shoulder, back up, and the other ear over, back up, and just moving side to side. Stretching the side of the shoulder, the tops of the shoulders, those upper traps. Getting all of our joints ready to move. Good. And then let's press our palms together. Lift the elbows, but soften the shoulders. And then just let's make a big circle. So keeping the palms at the center of the chest. And this will help us to keep our body in one plane. So making a big circle with the waist. And then circling in the other direction. Keeping the palms pressed, maybe even keeping the thumbs at the center of the sternum. Come back to neutral, palms are still pressed. Inhale, reach the palms up overhead, and then just tense your fingers, making the Hakini mudra. And take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Maybe you feel a nice golden light coming down from your hands, through the crown of your head, all the way down the spine. Again, connecting you to earth. Take one more deep breath. And then slowly release the arms back to the sides. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. Wonderful. And then we're going to walk the right fingertips out, lift the left arm up, come into a nice side bend. You can stay in cactus. You can also just tuck that hand behind you. Make sure that your right ear doesn't slouch down to the right shoulder. Keep your head nice and lifted. Feel the opening in the left side. The spleen and stomach are located on the left side of the body. So we're actually giving them a little squeeze when we make this side movement to the left, and then reach up and come back down. And then the opposite side, walking the left hand out. And now when we squeeze the other side of the body, we're squeezing the liver and the gallbladder on the opposite, on the right side. So right side is liver, gallbladder, left side, stomach and spleen. And take a nice deep breath up and release. Good. Now we're going to wake up those meridians. So I'm just going to come into a butterfly pose. Now that might not be comfortable for you. You might need to just keep your legs stretched out straight, whatever feels good, or just a little bit of a bend. But we're going to come tap on the inside, all the way up to the groin, and then tap on the outside. Stomach, spleen. Stomach, spleen. So we're waking up those energy of those meridians, waking up the legs. And there's a nice tap. Next time you come up the insides of the legs, just pause, maybe come into that butterfly pose. And then taking your index finger on your ankle bone, so the tip of the ankle bone, and then just let your pinky rest where your pinky falls on the bone. Just off the bone is spleen 6. So you can squeeze in there. This is the point when we do our tree pose and we have our heel up against our leg above the ankle. It presses right into the spleen 6. Oftentimes it's very sensitive. So press in here. It's great for edema. It really moves fluids. It moves lymph. It moves everything we eat, everything we put in our body. It transforms and transports. Spleen has the job of TNT, transporting and transforming. And take a nice deep breath. Good. And then we can just release that and bring our knees up. And then if we take our fingers and slide along the shin bone, almost to the top of the knee, we're going to fall off the shin bone right at the top where the bone becomes a bit thicker. And that's stomach 36. And here we're going to tap. This is called a 3-mile point. We do this one a lot, right? Gives us lots of energy in our legs. It's a great point. Couple more deep breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to release that. Come back into your butterfly. And we're just going to do a few presses up and down, pressing up and down and up and down. And last one. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to do some cat-cow. So feel free to stay seated for a seated cat-cow, or you may prefer to come onto hands and knees for your cat-cow. Taking a moment to really settle the palms into the mat. Again, really feeling the earth as you move through this practice. Tops of the feet can be planted, nice little space between the shoulder blades. Exhaling as you press into the hands, drop the chin and round the upper back. And inhaling, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhaling and inhaling. And just allowing your spine to move like a wave. Maybe two more. And if you're seated, you can roll forward. If you're on your hands and knees, maybe press back into a child's pose, taking the knees slightly wider. And just taking a few deep breaths. If your hands are outstretched, you can take your thumbs and your index finger and just touch them together in Trimurti Mudra, which is a triangle, which is also related down to like our lower dantian, our lower abdomen, our sea of chi, feeling grounded, taking a few more breaths. And then releasing that, you can press into the hands and lift your head, or you can just roll back up, coming up slowly into a kneeling or seated position. I forgot to bring my blocks over, but if you have your blocks nearby, you can grab onto them and then just use them to get yourself up to a standing position. So however you come up to stand, come up to stand. Good job. All right. So I always forget the name of this Qigong because it's such a long name. I know how to do it, but the name is Raise the Hands to Condition the Stomach and Spleen. So the easiest way to start is we start with our left hand by our ear and our right hand down. And then just press that left hand up. Good. Now to switch, we bring our arms straight out. We're going to bring the right hand in by the ear, fingertips, palms up. The left hand kind of comes underneath the armpit. And then we press. Then we bring the arms out. Right? The other left hand comes by the ear, right hand comes by the armpit. Palm down. And then we press. So we're pressing up, we're pressing down. Arms come out, switch, and up. Arms come out to the side. I know it's a little tricky, but if you just think your palm up, palm down, armpit, ear, and press. And then make that little windmill, switch, press. And switch. So you'll feel this in your arms. You'll feel it in the side of the body as well. See if you can get a nice little rhythm going with your breath. Inhaling as you bring your arms into position and then exhaling and pressing. Inhaling, exhaling. Everybody getting the hang of it? Good. I know it's a little tricky. Raise hands to condition spleen and stomach. One more time, ending with that left hand up and release. Give your arms a little shake. We'll turn our palms up, opening the heart meridians on the arms, just shaking down like that. Good job. And then give your legs a little shake. Wonderful. And then just have a little bit of space between your legs and nice soft knees. The next one, which I forgot to do in my in-person class, is called Wise Owl Turns Its Head to Eliminate Fatigue. So our inhale, we look over our shoulder, we open the palms and open the chest, so squeeze the shoulder blades together. We exhale, we just look to the front, relax, turn the palms back. And then we're going to look over the other side, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Good. Just try that a few times with your own breath. Taking that nice deep breath really opens up the lungs and it helps us to take more oxygen in, stretching the intercostal muscles in our ribs and reducing fatigue. It's a nice one to do if you're sitting a lot at your desk. It's an easy one to do. Not a lot of movement like the other raising hands to condition stomach and spleen. This one's nice and easy. Wise owl turns its head to eliminate fatigue. Good. One more time to each side. And release. Good. So from our top of our mat, for our forward folds, so fire element is the element that comes before earth. So we were just in summer, and then we moved into our earth element, that time of between late summer before fall. So fire element is here on our arms. So we're going to do an inhale with our palms up, all the way up, up, up. And then we're going to exhale and reach out, reach back with the tailbone and come all the way down. Inhale, we're going to slide halfway up and exhale and fold. Then we're going to bring our arms out for that chair position as we rise back up. Beautiful. So let's give those a couple tries at the top of the mat. Palms up, inhale, squeeze the glutes, almost like you're going to grab the sun, and then reach back with the tailbone, engaging those quads, coming down into that forward fold. Inhale, hands come up, take a halfway lift. Exhale, come back down. Bring the arms back by the ears, palms face each other, bend the knees. Let your body kind of rest on your thighs, and then press into the feet, coming up into that chair, and hands come back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, palms up, all the way up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, reach out, reach back with the tailbone, bend the knees, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, hands come up to the knees. Exhale, hands fold back down, arms to the ears, bend the knees deeply, and rise up in that little chair pose. And release. Take a nice deep breath. Roll the shoulders. Let's do that again. We'll come into a lunge, inhaling palms up, squeezing the glutes, soft the shoulders away from the ears, reach out, exhaling forward. Inhale, slide the hands up to the knees. Exhale and fold. Hands come out by the ears. Rise up, hold here in chair. Exhale, fold again. Take the left foot, step it back. Come into lunge, drop the left knee to the ground. Press the left toes in, come up into a kneeling lunge, squeeze the left glute, tilt the pelvis forward. You should feel a nice big stretch on the top of the left leg, that stomach meridian. Inhale, let's reach our arms up. We're going to take the left hand over to the right leg, and we're going to take the right hand, behind us. Maybe if you can touch that heel, or just tuck it behind you. Look over the shoulder. Press the left hand into the right knee into the left hand. Nice deep breath. Come back to the center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale with an HA or ha breath. Inhale up. One more. HA, sound of the heart. Hands come back to the blocks. Tuck the left toes in. Lift the left knee. Hold here. Take a nice deep breath. And then step the left foot up to the right foot. Bend the knees, reach out with the arms back into that chair position and rise up. Exhale, release the hands. Nice deep breath. Let's do the other side, palms up. Squeeze the glutes, lift all the way up. Reach out, reach back with the tailbone. Knees are softly bent, fold forward. Inhale, hands to the knees. Exhale and fold. Reach out with your arms, come up and hold the chair pose. Tuck the tailbone a little bit. That's it, hips are over the heels. Exhale, fold, hands to the blocks. Right foot steps back. Drop the right knee, press the right toes in. Come up, squeeze the right glute, press the hips forward, feeling that stretch in the right quad, the right stomach meridian. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to twist. The right hand is going to come over to the left knee, the left hand behind the hip. Press into the right toes, press the right hand into the left knee into the right hand. Take a nice deep breath. One more. Release that. Inhale, hands up. Exhale. Cactus arms, HA, heart breath. Inhale. One more. Fold forward, hands to the blocks. Press the right toes in. Lift the right knee. Hold here. Squeeze the right glute. Step the right foot up and reach out back into that chair pose all the way up. And release your hands down. Roll the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath. And one more. Now let's just step back and turn our body to the front. So the last Qigong is looking at the moon. So we have done one that's moon over lake. This one's looking at the moon. It's a little bit simpler. And again, it's to get that little bit of a massage on our organs. And so all we do is we take our hands, reach back. So you'll see I'm coming up on my heels off the ground. I'm coming up and I'm reaching behind me. And then my heel, my foot plant as I come to the center. And then I turn to the other side, coming up on the toes, really reaching behind me. And back down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale as you reach over the other side. And exhale. So keep moving with your breath. Imagine you're reaching back for that big harvest moon. And back. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch in our leg as we come up on our toes. We get that nice little twist in the waist, massaging the liver, the gallbladder, the stomach, the spleen. Those work together all the time in Chinese medicine, especially. Let's do 2 more to each side. Last one. And slowly step your feet together. Mountain pose, power of the immeasurable gods mudra. Left hand is right at the center of the chest. You can even take your thumb there. The right arm comes underneath. So this is I know it's a funny name, the power of the measurable gods. I don't even know what that means really. But think of it as just your power. You feel strong, you feel centered, you feel grounded through your feet. You feel connected to the energy of the heavens through the crown of your head. Your shoulders are relaxed. You feel secure, steady, stable. All those opposites of overthinking and worrying. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. Good. Now we're going to add this. We can switch this mudra like this, bringing the right hand and switch it, bringing the left hand back and the right hand. So let's try that in our tree pose. So we'll start with the left hand and we're going to take the right heel. We're going to bring it up into that spleen 6. Remember the point we were pressing in butterfly. So the right heel presses, the left glute is nice and strong, keeping you nice and tall and stable. Remember, you might move a little. Trees move in the wind, but it doesn't mean we're not strong and stable. And then we're just going to breathe and we're going to switch our hands. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Almost makes balancing easier. Good. We'll end here with the left hand at the chest. Release that foot, release your arms, roll the shoulders. And then we're going to switch. We're going to take the right hand, left heel. Find your tree pose. Press that heel in spleen 6. And then inhaling and exhaling, just moving with that mudra. Power of the immeasurable gods. And then we will end with our right hand back at the chest, left hand underneath. And release, release your hands. Give your shoulders a nice big roll. Take a nice deep breath. We'll come back to the tops of our mat. And inhaling, our palms are 4 up. Coming in that same upward salute. Exhale, reaching out, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Reach out with the arms coming into that chair pose, holding chair. Exhaling, folding forward. Let's step back with the right foot in a warrior two position. Coming up into warrior two. So here we want to feel that inside of the leg, the spleen meridian. And actually here it's a little bit more of gallbladder on the side of the leg. So hold here, nice deep breath, gazing over the fingertips, warrior two. Adjust your feet so that you feel strong in the bottom, strong and stable, almost like you're ripping your mat in half. Take a nice deep breath here. Good. And then we'll add parting the clouds, that fire element Qigong. So we'll straighten the left leg, inhaling as we cross the arms, exhaling, and then sinking back into our warrior two. Moving with your breath, inhaling, exhaling. Good job. Parting the clouds. Last one, we'll all meet back into our warrior two. Wonderful, nice deep breath in warrior two. Now from here, we're gonna pivot, come back into lunge, but I want you to take your lunge. You can keep a high crescent lunge, the right knee is off the ground, or you can drop that right knee to the ground. Inhale, we're gonna bring our arms up, and in cactus, open the chest, open the heart. Nice deep breath, press into those right toes, whether your knee's on or off the mat. One more deep breath. Good. Inhale, reach up with your arms. Exhale, hands back to the blocks. And then step that right foot back up to the top of the mat. Reach out with your arms, bend the knees, come back up into that chair pose. Beautiful. And press all the way up. And exhale. Nice deep breath. Roll the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath again. Palms are up. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, reach out. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Reach out with your arms. Come back up into that chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Step back with the left foot. And come into warrior two on the left side or right side. Arms are up, shoulders over the hips. Take a moment, make sure your knees open, press your feet into the ground. Take a nice deep breath. And then we'll start to move, parting the clouds. Straighten that right leg as the arms drop. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. You can make the heart sound if you want to. Inhaling up. Exhaling, HA. Last one, we'll meet in our warrior two. Beautiful, hold here. One deep breath. And then we're going to slowly pivot. So come on to those left toes and stay here in a nice high lunge or low lunge, dropping the left knee, pressing the left toes in no matter where you are. Inhale, reach up, cactus arms, open the heart. Take a nice deep breath. One more. Inhale, reach up with your arms. Exhale, hands back to the blocks. And then just step the left foot up. Reach out with your arms, bend the knees, rise up in your chair pose, press up, and release. Take a nice deep breath. One more deep breath. And palms up, inhale, reach up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, reach out and softly fold forward. Inhale, hands up to the knees, flat back. Exhale, fold again. Reach up with your arms, bend the knees, rise up in chair pose. Exhale, fold again. And from here, step back with the right foot and take your hands to the center of the mat. Turn the left foot to the front. So now you should be in a standing wide leg pyramid. Come into water buffalo. So drop the hips. Palms or fingertips can come on the mat or grab your block. Grab the back of your chair seat. Hold water buffalo. 1, 3 deep breaths. And then lift the hips up. Keep a slight bend in the knees. Press into the feet and roll up this time. Bring the arms in a W shape. Good. And everybody knows our dancing rainbow. This time we're going to add a sound. The sound for the spleen is H-O, like ho, 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 like Santa. So you can make a ho if you need a strong ho on your exhale, or you can just make the soft ho like we do with ha for the heart. So you can go H-O. So when we come over to the left and we're squeezing the spleen, it's ho. When you come over to the right, you can make the sound for the liver, shh, like we're telling it to be quiet. Next time we go to the left, we're going to come back to the center. We're just going to release our hands down to our legs, stick your glutes, your bum back, and then start to squat back down into water buffalo for 3 deep breaths. Press into the feet and slowly roll back up, roll the shoulders. Turn that left foot to the top of the mat and turn the right foot slightly towards it and step up, back to the top of the mat. Inhale, palms up. Squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze those glutes, reach out with the tailbone, fold forward. Last time, inhale, hands up to the knees. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, reach out with the arms, rise up into chair, hold. Last deep breath. Exhale, fold forward. Step back with your left foot, drop the knee. Step back with your right foot, drop the knee. Shift forward, slowly lower onto the belly. From here, let's come into cobra, pressing the tops of the feet to the mat. Squeeze those quads, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chest back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Take a nice deep breath here. Tuck your toes under. Press into the hands. Up onto the knees. And back once again in child's pose. Maybe stretching the arms, touching the thumbs and the index fingers. And then slowly either pressing into the hands, lifting the head, and walking yourself back up, or just rolling up. Maybe taking a moment in kneeling pose if that's comfortable. Otherwise, just sit however you're comfortable. Just taking a few more breaths, feeling connected, noticing your thoughts, noticing your body. And then let's come into a seated pose. And once we're in our seated pose, we're going to come into a twist. We're going to add the she, who, the 2 inhale, 1 exhale breath in our twist. So we've done the 3-part breath in our twist, so it shouldn't be that different. Arms are going to come up. We're going to spin over to the right first. Or look over the shoulder, get into your twist, and then do she, who, 2 inhales, 1 long exhale. One more breath. And then just bringing your head to the front, take that left arm, bring it over to the right shoulder. Give yourself a little bit of a hug here. Just take a moment to hug. And then just lift the elbows up. Take that bottom arm if you can and lift it up. Look at the palm. Stay here or give yourself a wrap, wrapping your arms in eagle arms, taking a nice deep breath, lifting up the elbows. Exhale, lower and release. Give your shoulders a roll. Inhale, reach up. We're going to come over to the left side, establish a nice tall spine, look over the shoulder, and then 3 she, who breaths. And then bring your head to the center. Take that left arm, bring it across the shoulder. The right arm comes under. Give yourself a nice big hug. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then just lift the elbows up. Take that bottom hand, look at the palm. Stay here or wrap your hands, lifting the elbows up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bring the elbows down, unwrap. Give yourself a nice big roll. Take a moment. Notice how you're feeling. Notice your arms, your back, your legs, your head. And then we're going to come onto our backs. So maybe take that blanket if you want to use that underneath your head. Just keep your knees bent, your feet on the earth. Move your head a little side to side, feeling the back of your head resting into the mat. Move your knees a little side to side, feeling the sacrum pressing down into the mat. Noticing your waist, your hips, your back. And then you'll end with either doing knees to chest if you'd like. You can do another twist if you like, or happy baby pose. Getting a nice stretch one more time inside the inner thighs in that spleen meridian. Take a nice deep breath. Soften the shoulders, the elbows. And when you feel complete, come into your Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you today. You can stretch your arms out, your legs out. You can cover up, you can grab some socks. Just making your way into a comfortable Shavasana. And once you've come into that place, really feel the earth underneath you. You can even imagine that you're on your favorite place that you like to lay down. It could be your bed, but maybe it's the beach, the sand, a big warm boulder, the grass, a meadow. Maybe you're making snow angels lying in the snow. Allowing that earth to hold you up, to support you, to make you feel strong, secure, stable. Letting your body sink and be held by the earth with each exhale. Earthly comfort, connecting to nature. Being in the midst of a redwood forest, gazing up at stars, pondering the vastness of a desert. All these naturescapes and many more move us to a place of reverence. We connect with nature on a spiritual level. There's sacredness in wild places, and we can be transformed simply by being there. Beyond human beings, we are nature beings, created from the same source as animals, plants, even rocks. The earth calls for us to connect so that we can feel balanced and whole, a part of the universe. Hugging a tree feels good, all jokes aside. The strength of wood is comfort in its solidness, and we feel supported when we lean against it. It seems natural to wrap our arms around the trunk as if the tree were hugging us back. The leaves sing to us on a breeze, reminding us that we are loved. Being outdoors awakens our senses. We breathe more deeply, taking in scents of salt air, pine needles, fragrant flowers, and even the pungent odor of dirt. Our feet are cooled, sometimes numbed by an ice-cold mountain stream. Our bodies meld into warm sand at the beach, and a soft rain feels like 1,000 wet kisses. Outdoors, we can hear a symphony of natural sounds, from bees buzzing to the roar of wind, or we can bask in the incredible peace of silence. Connecting with nature evokes a sense of awe and wonderment about the universe. We are humbled by the magnitude of a mountain range and delighted by the colors of a rainbow. At the same time, we experience a oneness with the natural world. Nature calls us to be present in the moment so that we do not miss the intricate design of a spider web or the flash of a hummingbird. The more we become one with nature, the more it offers us. In the wilderness, we transcend time and space. We are renewed. Hikes in the woods, body surfing in the ocean, and even walks around the block become moving meditations, enhancing our intuition. Look for signs and messages in the great outdoors, the symbolism of leaves falling in your path, and the patterns of birds in flight. Or simply enjoy the bliss of connecting to the earth. Slowly begin to feel that earth beneath you. Notice the sounds around you. Notice your space, your energy surrounding your body, the energy of your room. Feel the air. Notice your breath. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and maybe breathe a little deeper. And when you are ready, slowly make your way to a comfortable seat. And then with one final breath, we'll close our practice, inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling, hands to heart. Thank you for allowing me to guide you today in this earth element practice. I hope you can take what you need off the mat and into the world. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.